Hey guys, this is basically gonna be my very first Tom Clancy's The Division 2 uh, video on PC, and basically, let me actually. Oh no, I actually can't move my camera. Um, well, that doesn't actually help. I mean that's kind of fun. You don't really need to see really whatever I'm covering. Um, I guess I could just move that down. Let me go. There we go. The whatever my camera's covering right there doesn't really matter. But yeah. So, anyways, so basically, it's gonna be This is my very just going to be my very first Division 2 video, and like I know I'm probably because I haven't really like looked this up myself on YouTube, but so I know I'm probably like really late to this, but I figured like this was something that I really wanted to make a video on, and I was like better late than never. Why not? Why not make it my first video? So what my first video is gonna be about today, and it's gonna be a rather quick one. Nothing too like fancy really. I didn't really like put anything together or like think about like you know talking about multiple things in this video. I kind of wanted to just really direct this more towards just one specific thing. And what I'm going to be talking about is the Diamondback. And so, what the Diamondback is, for, those of you who don't know, it is a exotic rifle in this game. And it comes with rifle damage, obviously, critical hit damage, and then I believe you can, like with the re-rolling for exotics now that change, you can now re-roll the attributes. I've never done it before, so I'm not sure if it re-rolls everything or if it's just the attribute. Um, and then its weapons specific talent is Agonizing Bite. Diamondback randomly marks an enemy. Hitting that enemy consumes the mark, guaranteeing a critical hit with damage amplified by 20%. A new random enemy is marked afterwards and whenever you reload. After hitting a mark, all shots fired are guaranteed critical hits for 5 seconds. So that sounds really good, but I'm gonna get into why. Um, I'm gonna get into why what I'm making this video for, and so and I'm gonna compare this uh uh with why I'm making a video on this gun. I'm gonna also use the classic M1A high end rifle as an comparison to this gun, and also as an example of why Diamondback could be so much better than M1A, but it is not. Um, and like I don't have like the best stats. Like I mean, I got near max crit damage. My rifle damage could be better, and like I would like to change damage to target out of cover for damage to armor, but that's not the point. So what I want to talk about is that with the most recent patch that came out, they changed the one thing that changed with the Diamondback is that um it it just did this, right? It just randomly marked the enemy, and every time you hit a mark, it just randomly marked another person, and it just kept doing that every single time you shot an enemy that was marked. And then, yeah, every time you shot a marked enemy, it guaranteed the critical hit with damage amplified by 20%. But the changes they made was that after hitting a mark, all shots fired are guaranteed crits for 5 seconds. So that sounds really good, right? I mean, that is good. That's actually, that's actually really nice because like for 5 seconds, like if you're running um a DPS crit chance crit damage build, that's really good to have. Like this would be a weapon, you know, you would think you would be using. But the problem is, so like the reason why I'm not using this is because it has many problems. It has just a few problems. There's not a lot wrong with this gun. The the change they did with this perk is good. It made the perk good. The problem is what they didn't do. So if for those of you who don't know, and I mean I'm just even if you do know, I'm just gonna go over this anyway. Is that it has only 5 shots in the mag, and its RPM is 100. It definitely could shoot a little bit faster. It's not needed, but it definitely could shoot a little bit faster. Because I mean, again, like you compare the RPM with the M1A to Diamondback, it's 100 RPM compared to 180, and then you have 5 in the mag compared to 15. Sure, the damage is like way higher, but again, and then the Diamondback reloads one bullet at a time compared to the M1A where it reloads the full clip, and it actually reloads the full mag quite a bit faster than the Diamondback can reload back up to 5 shots. So in comparison to the M1A, even though the Diamondback has a higher um, uh, damage with one shot, it shoots slower. It has a lot less bullets in the mag, and it reloads one bullet at a time. And I mean, I'm gonna add to that with that the another problem with the talent is that it randomly marks an enemy. Now, if you get lucky and it's always marking a dude, it's always marking enemies that are closest to you, that's fine. But it randomly marks an enemy. Now, um, if you what they to make this better, so, I mean, overall, this gun is way worse than the M1A. So, my point, um, with this video is to basically just like say what the developers could do with this gun to like make it better than the M1A. So one, um, they could either keep the damage the same, um, and keep the RPM the same because obviously, if they made the RPM like higher and kept the damage the same, like I mean that's just making it more that's just making it broken. Like what they could do is make it the same RPM and the same damage, or they could just raise the RPM like halfway and then lower the damage to keep that in line with the RPM. Um, and then it needs because the M1A has 15 in the mag. This has 5 and it reloads one bullet at a time. What they need to do is either make the mag 10 or 15. make it the same as M1A at 15, or make it 10. It needs at least 10 shots in the mag. 5 is just, it's like, what is that? Like, it's just, and especially with the talent saying that after hitting a mark, all shots fired guarantee crits for 5 seconds. I mean, that basically means that you'd have to literally hit a shot. You'd have to hit a enemy per second per shot. And that's just not going to happen. Otherwise, you're literally wasting the buff. So it needs to be 10, at least 10, maybe 15. Because, like, it's just the way it is, the way the mag is right now, it's not usable. And then it needs to reload the full clip. It cannot reload one bullet time. If they were to change the mag but not change the way it reloads, at least like literally double the reload speed. Cause like, I mean, it just reloads too slow for reloading one bullet at a time. Um, yeah, it's like, honestly, like I wouldn't even, I still wouldn't, honestly, I still wouldn't even use it even if they did like double the reload speed, because like it needs to reload full clip, like without it, like a doubt. And then what I would do, what they need to do with the talent, it's not even like, this isn't like really like what I would do. This is like really what the developers need to do with the gun. Um, is like along with all that stuff. So now with the talent, um, this is fine. Like guaranteeing critical hit damage amplified 20%, and then after hitting mark, all shots fired are guaranteed crits for 5 seconds. This is fine. Keep this. Keep the guaranteed critical hit with damage amplified by 20%. Keep that. Change the Diamondback randomly marking an enemy, and then the new random enemy is marked afterward, to just get rid of that entirely. Get rid of the new random enemies marked afterward whenever you reload entirely. And then just make it where Diamondback marks an enemy that you aim at. Like the moment that an enemy is within your crosshair, they get marked. It's like you compare it to the in the technician tree, the special mod, the special laser sight mod that you get, that when you aim at an enemy, it highlights them as if you pulse them, right? Literally just do that. But like how, like, instead of it being the different colors like red, purple, yellow, like, I mean, it made them like, it highlighted them in orange. Yeah, just do that. Just when you aim at them, it highlights them in orange, because that's like the specific color. That's the unique color for this gun when it marks an enemy. So yeah, basically, so right. Um, yeah, I mean that's really about it. I mean, if the with what they did, this gun is not usable. It's still, it could be such a good gun. It could be better than M1A, or it could be another option other than the M1A. It would be in line with it, if not better, if they just made these changes. With the only change they did, it's not good. I don't know why they thought like that would be enough to make it a good gun. Like the change they made was completely pointless, and it doesn't change the fact that it's still a bad gun. So if they want it massive, if they want the Diamondback to actually be a viable gun in the game, they need to either make the damage and RPM same as M1A, or lower the damage a bit and raise the RPM a bit to keep that, raise the RPM a bit and lower the damage a bit to keep it in line with the RPM. That's one. Number two, make the mag 10 or 15, same as M1A, because it needs a much bigger mag. Three, make it reload the full clip, same as M1A, because reloading one bullet at a time literally makes the gun unusable. It would make any gun unusable. Reloading one bullet at a time is like, you're putting yourself at such risk reloading one bullet at a time. And you're just putting yourself out of the fight for so long reloading one bullet at a time. It's just completely pointless. So that's, one, 2, 3. And then, yeah, so damage, RPM, mag, reload. And then, yeah, finally, get rid of that part right here, the new random enemy marked. Get rid of that. This is fine. Like, I think 5 seconds is fine. Like, yeah, I think that's long enough. I think that's a good amount of time. I mean, I've tested it in the shooting range. Like, that's plenty enough time to get, like, a ton of kills. But then make it where it marks an enemy that you aim at. If they could represent an enemy being pulsed by you aiming at them with that special rifle attachment, they could do the same thing with this gun. There's no reason why they can't. So yeah, if they want this gun to be in line with M1A or better, that's what they need to do. That is what Massive needs to do for this gun to actually be a good gun. Okay, well, yeah, that's about it. I honestly, this could have been maybe a few minutes shorter, if not, like half as much time. But again, like, I didn't really prepare this very well, or like script or anything. I don't really want to script stuff because I don't want things to, seem like I've rehearsed anything that I'm talking about. I don't want that. I want everything that every video that I'm talking about something to be, that's right on the spot. Like, I'm coming up with everything I'm saying, like, on the spot, so that you're getting my absolute, true feelings and opinions and all that, like, in the moment, So yeah, so that's all I have to say about the Diamondback and what why it's bad right now, and what Massive needs to do to make it an actual viable gun, because it's like classic M1A has just been the meta for far too long, and there needs to be like exotics in general need to be better than high ends, and the Diamondback could be the one. Could be the meta rifle, could be the rifle, big exotic rifle that is the thing to use. And yeah, and what they Massive could do to make it be. So yeah, so hopefully this works. And yeah, so this is once again, this is Greg the Dreg here, bringing you some just damn, bringing you some content and just some talks and stuff about what I yeah, just things to talk about, things that I feel should be brought up and talked about. Yeah. So if you enjoyed, if you agree with me, maybe you feel the same way, or maybe you think there's like little other things they could do with it. Let me know down in the comments, or just slap that like button. Or if you disagree, hit that dislike. That just that's fine too. Just lets me know you disagree. I mean, I don't really care. Um, but yeah, if you liked it, hit that like button. If you agree with me, or you have your own opinions on what they could do with it, let me know down in the comments. I also stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Greg the Drake, in case it wasn't obvious. Um, but yeah, so also if you enjoy this type of content, these types of discussions and information and all that, yeah, feel free to subscribe. I'm gonna start you know, working on getting this kind of stuff out there. Just talking about things that need to be talked about. Like just getting information out there that like to help people be smarter and better with this game. And if there's any glitches, bugs, and exploits that come up, I'll also make videos and that stuff. Just or even if you want to know about different playstyles, different meta weapons and armors, different meta builds, meta skills and attributes and all talents and all that. Yeah, I'm gonna be working on that. I'm mainly a DPS dude, so I'm definitely going to be looking at that kind of stuff first. Just anything that really works together to increase your damage and your crit chance and crit damage. All that good stuff. So, but yeah, so if you're interested in that kind of stuff, hit that subscribe button. You don't have to if you don't want to, but yeah, I mean, it'd be nice. It'd be a swell thing, man. It'd be a swell thing. So yeah, that is going to be it for this video. See you next time.